folks, and welcome to a new game for us. This is called Golden Lap, and essentially this is like an F1 simulator from, and by simulator I mean management simulator from like the 70s. It's kind of weird, it's kind of funky. It reminds me of another game that I have, Motorsport Manager I believe it's called. It's very similar, but graphically it's very different, but in how it works it's very, very similar. So we're going to start off a career here. I'm going to start a new career because I just had a test one and I want to play a little bit just to see how we're doing. But we're just going to call that Red Moon Rocket, and we're going to create that bad boy. And we're presented with 10 different teams we can choose from. So you can see some of these are close to real teams. Like this one is a blatant ripoff of Ferrari. That is sort of kind of, I guess, supposed to be McLaren. And then the rest are kind of a hot mess. But when you hover over them, or you click on them, you can see what their prediction is for what they are here. You can see it's an Italian team. This one's a British team. This one's another British team. This one's another British team. I believe that's probably supposed to be Williams. That one's a British team. They're all British teams because that's kind of where F1 lives at. Oh, that's a French team. This one's British, and then this is an American team, which means it's going to be Haas, because one, they're terrible, and two, it's the only American team in F1. But we're going to pick Knight, mainly just because I like that one. And we're going to hit continue here. Now, we have some budget. We have $35, and that doesn't sound like a lot of budget, and it's not. And we can change how we do stuff with our car here. I'm going to leave that as 14, because we got to hire our drivers, we got to hire engineers and crew chiefs. We only have a little bit of money, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of money on drivers right now. But we can see through the list here, they have their stats, where they're at. So I want an early career person. We can see their cost. And you can also see their kind of stats. But more importantly, there's these little attributes that they have. So if you hover over this one has rich parents. So it costs nothing to hire that. And because they don't really need the money, Lance Stroll. This one is handy and knows a thing or two about car. We gain car reliability. That's nice. But there are all kinds of bonuses here. So we have this one, which is surprisingly affordable. Okay, that one's not a big deal. This one is a jerk. So we don't want that one. This check is an efficient driver, so they consume a lot less fuel, which is good. And then patriotic, which gains anytime we race in Italy. We're going to go in and just try to find some basic ones here. Let's see. Silkworm, driver knows how to use tires efficiently. Heck yeah. Patriotic, okay. And what else? Rich parents. Sure, we'll select you. And then we need somebody else. Let's have this person. Christopher Pierce? What do we got here? Okay, I'm fine with that. And then patriotic, cool. Anybody for $1 we'll spend the money. All right, we'll continue on that. So we have those guys. We can choose our engineer now. Engineer is a little bit more important because they're what help us do things. So if you take a look, they have all different stuff. This car's packs punch. Ooh, that's fun. So we'll get into some of this stuff a little bit more as we move on. But look at some of these guys' early career, like with the skills. What does this trash can mean? Oh, no, we don't want to do that. And power hungry. No, we don't want to do that either. We're probably going to go, and we can go all the way down here if we wanted to, but I want to get somebody that is a little bit, what's the thumbs up do? Okay, so they have driver rapport, that's good. And then, okay, we're going to do this person, $6, continue. And then we still have what? We still have some money to play with here, so let's choose our crew chief. And they all have different stuff. So wet crew, they gain more speed on wet tires. That's good. And ensures proper handling, reliability. Oh, okay, cool. We don't have a lot of money to deal with, so I want to find some stuff here. What's this one? Sloppy, no. Tuning master, heck yeah. And you're good in the rain? Heck yeah, we'll select you. So that's going to give us $7 to work with. So we'll continue here. You can see that we have all of this. If we go here, the experimental has a lot more of a range. So it goes from 1800 to 2400 for the engine. The reliability is way all over the place. If we go with a balanced one, the base numbers go up, but the top numbers dip off, but all of our reliability goes up. And if we go with conservative, we have good reliability, but again, our base number is kind of there. So I'm just going to go with a balanced approach. We'll continue that. And then we get to deal with a sponsor. You have what you get for the race. If you get your place, you get an extra bonus, and then a season bonus if we do this. We're predicted to get 10th, so we don't want to like go over to here where we get a lot of stuff. This one is what we're looking for. We get $3 just for racing. We get $1 if we finish 12th or above. There's a total of 20 cars. And then our season bonus is $5 to $12. I don't know why there's a range if we hit 6 or above. So we'll choose that one because that guarantees us the most money that we have here. So there is our 70s race car. As it loads in here, you can see all of the things that we have for all of the people that we will be racing. We'll continue on that. And we have a couple of options that we can follow here. We're going to start off by going into the garage, and we can choose to upgrade our car. We also have the ability to build new engines, new chassis, and new steering. We're not at the level where we can really afford that, so we're not going to worry about that. But we are going to try to upgrade some of this stuff. Particularly anything that has the lowest kind of reliability, I want to upgrade and maybe either get some more performance or reliability out of that. So you can see our performance is going to go up anywhere from 4 to 5, and our reliability will go up 6 to 10. So we'll do that. Beautiful. And we're going to do the same thing down here. Beautiful. And we're down to $1, so we can't do anything else. All right. At this point, we haven't had any race, but we're going to Mutton Chop. We can view our calendar here and see all of the different races that we have. And we don't have any Italian races this year, so that's fun. But we're going to go ahead and click continue because we don't need to worry about our team, and we don't need to worry about this because we haven't had any races. Now F1 is going to go into qualifying. So you can see we're in our qualifier. This is the track that we're going on, and it looks like there's forecast some clouds and then rain. We have soft tires, inters, which is when there's like a little bit of rain, and then wets when there's lots of rain. We have 44 minutes to do this, and the traits of this track are wide, so it allows overtaking to happen, and we get better engine performance. It's a mainstay, so it's iconic, so it's a higher chance of showing up in a year, and then it also is typically wet because, you know, it's England. So let's go ahead and continue, and we'll see how we do here. So we, okay. So one of the teams already is kind of in trouble. Oh, lots of partying going on. We're going to send our cars out here, send it out with some soft tires while we still don't have any rain. There's a little bit of rain on track, but we can send out cars without that. All right. Now this is interesting here when we get going. You start off with the little numbers which show your position. And then we will, let me pause it real fast as I talk. I want to wait till the first sector lights up here so I can explain what's going on a little bit better. We're still in our outlaps, okay. Well, while we're talking about this, if we can look down here, we can choose to pit our people whenever we want. We have the availability of the quality of the tires kind of going through. We have this kind of like the tread of how far the track is rubbered in. And then we also have rain that will cause slipperiness on the track. So we have both of our drivers there. We can pit either or. Now that we're actually racing, we're in first place because we are the first car out. But you'll see these sectors will turn purple or green. So a purple one means that that was the fastest sector for that car. Green means that they set a personal best. If you get white, all that means is that you cleared it, but you didn't set a personal best and you didn't set the fastest sector of the race. So you can see our cars now are setting all personal best because obviously it's their first time out. But as we get a purple, other cars are coming through and knocking those purples out. So we're not the fastest car, nor should we be. We're just going to speed this up because there's no reason not to. And then we're going to go in here. We have these guys coming in. We're going to send them out when they kind of come to a stop at the end of the pit there. So they're there. Then we can send these boys out. We're going to send that out with soft tires, but we have the option of going through and adding tuning to here. And if we're able to get these bars, you see how I hover over and there's like these little green things. As we get them closer and we try to get them to this gold standard, that is a golden tune, which gives you some additional bonuses. So I'm just going to try to spend some money, and I like to spend my stuff on just one of the tunes and then hope and pray that it will work out for us here. So we have that one. I'm going to focus on steering, I guess. No, let's focus on, I like to focus on different things per car just because it helps me be able to see what we're doing here. So we're sending those out. And we should hopefully see our times tumble. If we hit tab or go over the sectors one, you can see there's a lot more stuff going on as far as how far back we are. So we're 5 seconds short of the leader. Our last lap and our fastest lap, they should be starting to come down a little bit so we get faster cars here. We can already see that we are setting our stuff. We're coming in the pit. We are not fastest, but we were faster this time. We're higher up in the rankings, even though there's still cars out there that are doing their laps, and we will tumble down those rankings eventually here. But let's continue to go through here and just try to see if we can... We're not far off of that, so that's good. We still have 30 minutes remaining in our session, and we'll send this bad boy out. Again, we'll throw these on because the rain's not there yet. It's coming, but it's not there yet. And we're just going to try to spend our money on some of this stuff here. All right, let's confirm those guys. It does take time. The more add-ons and fixes you do, the more time it takes for you in the pits. But it's not a big deal in qualifying. That's what you're kind of supposed to do. This is a little bit of a weird thing. If you're an F1 person, you have your practice, usually P1, P2, and P3, unless it's a sprint weekend, which that's not a thing in the 70s, so we don't have to worry about that. But we got a yellow flag, so we're not allowed to overtake, but that's a good thing because we can send cars out and we don't have to worry about too much. But going back to that, we have the ability to go through and try to gain position. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting very distracted. All right, we're really close to golden tune that. And I completely lost my train of thought on what else we're doing here. Sending a car out during yellow flag is not advisable in like real race conditions, but for us it's fine. There's a golden tune. There we go. And you can see I've played this game a little bit just to get used to it. But that's my 10th golden one. So we'll speed the game up here and we're going through. But what I was saying was qualifying is different than what it is in this game is different than what it is in modern F1. You usually have 3 practices where teams have a chance to go get used to the track and all that stuff. And then after we have that period of time, they are able to go in and do their qualifying run. And it's a knockout style. You start with 20 cars, then after round 1, you knock out 5, you have 15 cars. After round 2, you knock it out, you have 10 cars. And then you have round 3, and those last 3 race for the top 10 positions of the starting of the race. So we have that. There is a whatever 14 Campbell is got DNF'd is out of this round, and we should have a golden tune. Yes, and let's see if we can get more stuff. Okay, and we're gonna send you out on those, and let's go. Soft tires, send them out, and then we'll speed it up again. There's no reason to watch this like in real speed. You can speed all this up, especially qualifyings. You don't really care about a lot of this. We're just trying to get lap times in. And the game automatically goes back to 1x speed once they enter the pit row. So you're not missing anything. You can see there are clouds coming up. So the effects on the screen are dynamic as the weather is getting worse, which we're going to try to outrace the rain here and try to get one more good lap in before we need to put on our intermediates or our wets. We can spend some time and try to get all of this going. Beautiful. All right. And we don't have a lot of time left in this session, so we might be able to get away with all of this. We're pitting. We should be able to get one more round in here out, I hope. We have 3 minutes left in the session. We're sitting at 11 and 13. And I don't think we're going to be able to get both of them perfect here, but we're going to try to get as far along as we can. Got another perfect tune. All right, we got 2 of the 3. That's not bad, especially for our first race in a car that is not really expected to be a winner. Perfect tune there. All right. And then we'll send those out, and hopefully the track's not going to be too slippery that we don't have to worry about that. All right, and we do get another lap in, which is awesome. So we finished. It looks like we're still going to finish up 11th and 13th, which is fine. Qualifying is now over. Speed that up. And that's going to give our starting positions for the race. And now we're going to go into race mode. So you can see that we're there. The fastest time was a 1:50.15. We were at a 1:55.04. So we're a little under 5 seconds away, which we did improve, but we're still not as good as we need to be. You can see this one a little under 5 seconds. This one is there. And then our gap to the next car above us is pretty close. So we're doing all right. All right, so we're going to have our race here. Looks like it's going to be cloudy the whole time, but no chance of rain. It's 44 laps. And then we get a whole new mix of tires. We have softs, which for those of you not initiated in F1, soft tires give you the most high speed, the most grip, but they also wear out really fast. So they get used up and you have to change your tires more. Mediums are kind of the middle of the road tire. They have decent reliability and durability, but they also have decent speed. And then hard tires, which have the most reliability, the most duration, they'll last the longest, but they're the slowest tire. And the inners and wets are only for rain circumstances, which hopefully we won't have to deal with here. Let's go ahead in here and continue. We take a look at that, and we'll figure out what we're going to do here. What I love about this setup here, and this is how we're going to configure our cars and our racing styles. So let's break it down. The first tier that we have is our first car. Well, it's actually a second car. Fisher's in first is above us, so that's fine. But we have to set our tire type. Then we have to set our driver style, the engine burn, and then finally team orders, which we'll get into in a second. But let's take a look at this. With the red, we can see that we can go here, and it's going to make it to about lap 14. If we change it over mediums, if we go all the way to the dead end of this thing, it's going to make it to lap 20. You can see there is performance. So we start off with a performance of 1,000, and it goes down to about around 978-ish or so when it's all said and done. If we go to hards, we can do basically 2 sets of hard tires and be ready to go. So we can save a whole pit stop if we wanted to. For our guy behind, we're going to probably do that strategy, although I might set it to drive a little harder. Let's see. Now, we'll leave that there. We'll leave that one there. And then this guy is for team orders. Because we have 2 cars that are on the same team, depending if one driver's faster than the other or we want somebody to win, maybe they're in a championship race and they have points and then we want them to win, we can let them pass. So right now we're going to leave them fight, but I think what we're going to do is this guy we're going to set to allow your teammate to pass, don't fight him. And then we're going to keep this guy on softs, and we're just going to try to race Fisher up as much as possible. So I think that's going to be our look here. If I go with conservative tire, what does conservative do for us if we went to mediums? Ooh, that's interesting. All right, so we can make it to 22 is what we needed to do with decent performance. I think that's the call for that one. And then this one, we're going to go with a totally different strategy. We're just going to keep it neutral, and we're just going to drive. All right, let's see. We have, at least our people aren't partying too hard. And we have our red lights out. All right, lights out, and away we go. We are starting off our race, and honestly, there's a lot you can look at here. If I hit tab, I can see what the fastest laps are, how many pits they have, and their driving strategy. You can see a lot of people have the red for the engines, which means they're using up a lot more fuel. I don't want to do that. I want to kind of keep it consistent for a little while until we can figure out a little bit more. And then we're just going to speed this up and watch the cars race around and have fun. What I do like about this game is a lot of things. But I love that we can see the tire wear kind of going down as we're using up some of this stuff. And then we can see kind of where we're doing some of the others. So you on the medium, you are in last place by a lot. Like the car in front of you is almost 8 or 7 seconds ahead of you. But that's because we're driving conservatively, because we're trying to get down to 1 pit stop. Where some of these other jokers, like this guy, is almost halfway through his softs already, where we still have significant amounts of our softs left. So we're just going to kind of try to go through and do that, and we'll see how good we do here. Uh-oh, we got a red flag. That's a bummer for us because we well, not necessarily a bummer. A red flag, for those of you not aware, means that everybody comes into the pits, the race is stopped, and you basically get a free pit stop. So basically the race is starting all over. Now, while we're last here, that's okay because all that time that we're away goes back to nothing. It's like the start of the race all over again. So all these guys are going to come into the pits. You can see them coming in here, or they're going to the start line, same thing. And then you are forced to take a pit stop. And there's not rules in this one about the styles of pit stop that you need to do. So we're going to kind of go more aggressive here, do something like that, I think. Or do we want to do hards? Let's do hards and push it for you. You're in 15th. And then for you, we're going to keep it mediums and just go with our normal driving style. And then hopefully we'll switch on some hards and be able to go from there. All right. And then we have to just wait. There's no skip button or anything like that. The track is halted because the car 20 Woods did not finish. He crashed. So we just got to wait for the accident to get cleared up and then we'll go. We did have a yellow flag earlier. Basically, that just means you have to drive at a slower speed. You're not allowed to pass, but the racetrack will open more quickly. So we're going through here. Let's take a look and see. We've moved up to 11th with Fisher up 10th now, which is great. You can see a lot of cars are running all kinds of different tire compounds, which is not a bad thing. It's just a little interesting to see. And we also, with Vitaly, we're not running last. We have a car behind us is 4 seconds behind us, so something happened with that one. But we're moving through. We want to get to a lap about 20 with Fisher, and hopefully lap 22, 21 with Vitaly, and then we'll be able to switch out some stuff here. But Fisher is running right up with a decent pack of cars. All the way up to 7th place is kind of a bunched up area, and then from that up it's not as bunched out. But 6 in there too? No, 6 is way ahead. But the rest of the cars are significantly more in front of us than what it looks like. All right, so we should start seeing some cars coming into the pits. There we go. We have some of these cars coming in, which means we're going to make up a whole lot of places, which is one of the reasons why I don't like to take a lot of pit stops in games like this, because we are making up time and places just purely based on not going into as many of these. The only thing I don't like is that we have rain coming in that can change up our plan very quickly. So what I might do here is I might pit Fisher, even though Fisher's up in 6th place. We're going to pit Fisher. We're going to put some softs on, and we're just going to ride those hard, or we'll ride them normal. And then if we need to switch over into a inner, we can do that. And Vitaly's going to stay out for right now, and we will eventually switch Vitaly over into whatever it is that Vitaly needs to have here. So I don't want to, I'm going to change Vitaly's driving style to conservative just to try to make that last a little longer. Because Vitaly's all the way up in 8th place right now, which is fantastic. Oh, we're going to definitely need, look at the amount of rain coming onto the tracks here. So we're going to getting ready to pit here pretty soon to get some inners on. And we might even need some wets, quite honestly. But we're going to try to have these guys stretch it out a bit. I'm going to pit you. I'm going to put inners on. Inners will last the rest of the race pretty much no matter what. So we're going to do that. And we're going to be, I think, the first car into the pits for the day with the changing out. But that means all that traffic that's passing us now, we're going to come back and repass pretty quickly. And for you, my friend, we're just going to make you burn up some stuff and try to catch the number 9 car in front of you, or the 9th position car. You can see there's always these little things, but I don't really read them because they're not that important. They're usually just complaining about something. Alright, so I'm going to switch you back over. We're going to pit you. And you're going to get inners. And can you drive hard with inners? No. Okay, so we'll do that. Alright. So hopefully there's going to be some more cars. Ooh, there's other cars coming in for wets. Okay, that's a bummer for us because we probably need to have wets on right now, but we're going to go inners, and let's just push the inners. Let's go as hard as we can with them, and then if we have to switch over to wets, we can do that, but we need to roll with these right now and hopefully make up some spots. So if we can really push hard, there we go, we're already up in the 8th, and we have to pit again. So we need to really push here and try to build some gap, because the good cars are in front of us, are 33. Oh, okay. Let's pause. Number 9 car. Vitaly, you're going to pit. You're going to get wets. And we'll confirm that. I missed the yellow flag with you, but I think we should be able to get around. So we're going to pit and get wets on there, and you're going to drive like a madman. Alright, so we're getting our wet tires on. We are the last car out there with something other than wets. That didn't crash, Mr. Woods. And that didn't kill us. We came out in 9th place. We went in 8th and came out in 9th. That was reasonably well done. Alright, now we're back to racing, and the amount of tire changes we've done here is ridiculous. but we just needed to do it to be able to try and get our stuff in here. I should talk about this lower one here. This is our fuel level. So you see we're going to make it with the... We're going to have some fuel left. So with it, it says we're going to have 5 laps left. Let's pause that real fast and just change that over. If we put this in the heavy engine mode, what are we going to be able to do? Oh, we're going to still be able to finish. So let's go ahead and put this over into high fuel burn mode, which is going to increase our acceleration and our fuel burn, and we'll still finish with what we need. Having some yellow flags and red flags does help with that. So hopefully that's going to allow us to increase our position here. You can see we're already up in the 6th with Fisher and 10th with Vitaly. Uh-oh. Fisher pushed beyond the Carburant's crash limit, and Fisher crashed. Awesome. Thanks, bud. Alright, so we've got that going on. Vitaly's getting less stressed. Fisher, how did you crash? Oh, you hit... you two kind of must have hit each other at some point. Alright. And we should be racing here again. And we just got to go balls to the wall and hope that we can pull out some points here. The top 10 cars will get points. So we're in 8th position right now with one of our cars. The other one is on the side of the road. But we are making positions right now. That's what we want to see. Vitaly is doing a fantastic job up in 6th place. We are significantly far back from all the other ones. I know it looks like they're coming up on them, but they're over a minute and a half in front of us. So we're coming up on, we've been lapped. So that's a thing. And let's see here. We're on our last lap and we're pulling out 6th place. Good job, Vitaly. We're doing the work that we need to do here. And let's see what we have going on here. Oh God, Paul Woods died. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then the last thing I need to explain, this little wing here means you have the fastest lap. That earns an extra point for your team, or they're calling it the golden lap, but you get what it is. We can take a look here. Our fastest lap for Fisher was a 151, which is actually faster than a lot of some of the, or not a lot, but some of these cars in the back. It's faster. It has the fastest lap for that. It's also faster than what Vitaly is, but Antonio didn't crash. So we'll continue out of there. You can see the good cars won. And then we did wind up with some points. So we're 19 points back, but because of our 6th place finish, we got 8 points for our team, and we got some income. So we made a total of $4 in order to do that, which is fine. I mean, $4 doesn't sound like a lot of money, and it's not in F1, but for what we're doing in this game, it's a lot. And you can see that Vitaly is the one. You have 2 different, basically, championships in F1. You have the Drivers' Championship, which each driver wins points. And then you have the Team one, where you combine the drivers' points for your team, pretty much. All right, so we got all of that. We'll go in there. We got a sponsor challenge. So let's go ahead and view our offers. This is a $2. We 2 races. Use all dry compound tires in a single race. Okay, and we have 2 races to do that. Or this one, we get $4. Get drivers in consecutive positions without giving any takeover order. No, that one seems more reasonable. All right, we'll go in there. All right. So that gives us who they replaced Woods with, because Woods perished. And then we have these. So we have some money. We have $5, so we can hopefully go into a garage and improve some things. We can take a look here, and we can see that the engine for Vitaly's car is the biggest reliability issue. So we're gonna fix that or upgrade it, and that should help out significantly with Vitaly's car. And we still have $2 for stuff that's down the road here. So I'm gonna leave this off here. If this is a game you're interested in, or you kind of want to see a series on this, or we want to go in and do some more fun stuff, let me know. There are other games like this. This is not like the most unique game in the world, but it's super fun, and I kind of want to just go through a season and see what happens, and also just see like what kind of evolutions happen as we finish the season and go through multiple seasons. Motorsport Manager has lots of cool stuff you can do with that, and I do have that game if we're interested in playing that as well. But this is going to be a golden lap, and we'll talk more next time. Folks, thanks for joining me. Have a good one. Bye-bye.